Good morning. Happy Monday. I just started doing a tarot spread for this morning, and when I asked what I needed to know for today, I had, let me show you. I had six different cards fall out. So I'm gonna go through and figure out what I need to know today. So I should probably say, so I pulled the Knight of Wands, the King of Cups, Justice, the Moon, the High Priestess, and the Hermit. So I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna read that. That was a lot. I also haven't done a reading in a long time. So I just like, what do I need to know today? I have started using the guided tarot book to help with my readings because the little deck that I got has just a small book, and I've been finding the guided tarot in addition to be a little bit more helpful and more precise, especially because I have done some readings for other people, and this has been helpful, especially when they ask specific types of questions, because it breaks down the different meanings for different types of questions or different styles. So that's what I'm going to be using for interpreting my reading today, because again, I love tarot, but I do not remember what cards mean off the top of my head, so I still very much use a book. Okay, so for the first card, the Knight of Wands, this basically is saying that I'm getting like the green light to be creative and to pursue passions and things like that, which I agree. I've been making content more often on various platforms. I'm having a good time with it. It's not stressing me out. I'm just enjoying being creative and having that creative space. So that's what this means for me today. Next, we have the King of Cups. This is referring to boundaries and relationships, whether that's personal or work, and being able to, rely on others and not just being the one people rely on. However, it could mean an opportunity for someone to rely on me, and not necessarily in a negative way. I kind of vibe with this. Otherwise, sometimes a lot of these things present themselves in other ways, but that's what the King of Cups is telling me today. Next up is Justice. This one's pretty straightforward. This is about finding balance, either with something in the past or something with your more like spiritual self. I do find this funny today because there is something happening in a legal sense, in a positive way. So I do find it funny that Justice has showed herself. Also, I'm a Libra. So I'm a sucker for anything with the scales and with balance, and things being balanced out, especially in my own life. Next, we have the Moon. This is talking about like reflecting with your inner self, and discovering parts of yourself that are hidden. Again, I'm pretty sure this is all just kind of with what I've been working on and what I've been doing and being more comfortable with those sort of things. That's what I'm getting from the Moon. All right, next we have the High Priestess. This is about intuition, and like following like your instincts, and just trusting yourself. Again, I'm just getting lots of confirmation that I'm doing what I need to be doing, which I think is absolutely wonderful. And again, finding that confidence. I'm one of those people, a lot of people just assume I am a confident individual. I am not. Inside, I am internally screaming or crying or hiding in a corner. So it's nice seeing all these little confirmations that I'm doing what I need to be doing. And lastly, the Hermit, finding your inner truth, whether that's spiritually, personally. So again, I'm just seeing lots of confirmations that I'm doing the right thing and I've got this. So I feel like that was a pretty good reading for a lot of cards just popping out and me not doing this in a long time. Okay, since we did this out of order, my coffee mug today is my Hot Liquid Game Grumps coffee mug. I figured we would go through my tiny mugs, so my standard size coffee mugs, since I really don't use them very often, even though this is a more realistic coffee size. So yeah, this is my coffee mug for the day. I'm not flipping my camera. I'm gonna be lazy today. The little thing it says underneath Dan and Aaron's face is "Jam it up your pee hole." I don't know why. That's a reference that I'm unsure about. And then I'll do my book update as per usual. My physical read is The Night and the Moth. I am not super far into this. That's where we're at right now. Two things that I have noticed that I don't necessarily agree with so far is people are saying it's not spicy. I don't know what everyone's definition of spice is, but to me, spice is not necessarily even just explicit sex scenes. I'm sorry, all of these women are talking about, I'm going to call this a light spoiler, are talking about laying in the grass. They're talking about their sexual experiences. No, they're not necessarily like, here's gritty details of people's genitalia, but there's still, I would say that there is more information about what people have done sexually in this than in her previous duology. So to me, that's still a little zesty. Maybe not like full on pepper, but there's some zest. And then I do know that people are polarized whether or not to claim it as a romantasy. I get it. I get the longing. I get the vibing. I will say, enjoying this better than the Shepherd's King duology. I don't know if people know, but it was good, but I was not head over heels. It did not change my life. It did not change my view of the fantasy genre. I've come to learn that the gothic-y style romances are just not, because I know people that they're 5-star reads, like hands down 100% 5-star reads. The Shepherd's King duology was a solid 3.5, 4-star for me, both books. The second book, even less, did not love the second book as much as the first. And I enjoyed it a lot. Do I recommend it to people? Absolutely. But it did not knock my socks off. It was not insanely crazy by any means. So there is that. And then I have been reading the Stars and Shadows series by Holly Renee on my Kindle. I'm currently on the 4th book. I do like her books. They are vibes only. I love that they are fairly short. I did read the Veiled Kingdom series in 3 days. And 3 is generous. It was more like a day and a half. So I do like them. I've still been reading the second book in the Gods and Monsters series by, I believe it's Amber. I want to say Amber Nicole, but I don't quote me on that. And I'm not going to look that up right now. I'm just going to be lazy. I'm totally honest. So yeah, that's what I've been reading. My TBR has grown exponentially again. New things have come out. People have suggested things to me. So my TBR and stuff is all over the place. And I know I have not been, talking about what I'm reading and what I'm doing here a lot here on anymore. So yeah, this will be uploaded in 2 different places. So I apologize for that because I have been talking about reading on that platform or this platform, depending on where you're watching this, but not so much on TikTok. I hope everyone has a fantastic Monday. Oh my goodness. We need to be done with this. This is almost 10 minutes long. And that was my coffee, tarot, and book update for today.